Pat, the Buffalo Bills season is over, but they got a lot of awards, including their head coach, Sean McDermott, their assistant head coach, who you've been very critical of when Mr. Brian Boland. Oh, come on. Don't sit here and say you haven't been.
Well, no, but I think it was a fairly critical, like the way you said it, very critical. I think it was fair criticism throughout the season. Look, I think it's fair to ask whether it's Daboll's ideas or the talent on the field that's making this work. I don't want to take anything away from Brian Daboll. Like, there were some things that we saw this season that were amazing. What I would like to see is sustained drives and the ability to show up and show out. Look at the offense during the playoffs, man. Yeah, struggled against the Colts where you shouldn't have. That game against the Ravens without a pick six, that's a very different game. And then we also what happened in the AFC Championship game. Look, I like Brian Daboll. I want Brian Daboll to stay around. I think that everybody coming back is very important to this team's development. That being said, you're never as bad as they say you are. You're never as good as they say you are. And I think we're leaning more towards, well, which way did I go? This way, the good, than the bad right now.
Kevin, what are your thoughts on one Mr. Josh Allen, who was up for MVP? I believe he got Breakout Player of the Year and Most Improved Player of the Year. There's only one other award to really win in the NFL if you're a quarterback.
Well, Super Bowl. And I'm amazingly impressed. I like Josh Allen. I mean, he won me over. He won me over last year, not this past season, the year before. I mean, I had my doubts going into that year, but I mean, I like him, and I like his attitude. I like his cockiness. I like that he backs it up. So it's finally, I mean, it is fun, and I'm not a Bills fan. I cheer for no football team. I just like to watch the game, but it is fun that they finally have their quarterback after so many, like, I don't know, 19, 17, however many quarterbacks they tried, thought they found, they have one now. So the fact they have Diggs and other components, I think it's fun. This is great for Western New York. It's amazing just how attitudes change when the Bills are good.
What about Executive of the Year? Brandon Beane, of course, wins that one for the Buffalo Bills. And you mentioned Stephon Diggs, who you have been very, very happy with, Duffy, going forward. I mean, first team All-Pro. He has played extremely well, and he's looking forward to next year. I mean, he's building off of that AFC Championship loss for next year.
But I think what's the most amazing point about Diggs' season so far is he somehow exceeded expectations, trading a first-round pick away to bring him in. Look, as a Bills fan, any Bills fan watching this right now knows how many times have we swung for the fences trying to bring somebody in, and it was nothing but disappointment. And look, the PTSB Bills fan in me was worried we were going to have the same thing, right? Like, somehow everybody forgot that we gave up a first-round pick for this guy because he played that well. Like, you can make the argument he is the team's most valuable player. I mean, it's him and Josh Allen, right? And as far as Beane goes, man, who else is Executive of the Year? Like, the job that he's done over the last 3-4 years to clear the crap they had on the roster salary-wise, to build piece by piece with players that weren't always standout. In fact, look, that's a team full of even the draft picks, underdogs, right? Matt Milano's going to get paid. That guy's a fifth-round pick. Josh Allen is a quarterback everybody laughed at when they took. Even Tremaine Edmonds. I mean, look, you can say what you want about how he's performing, but he's only 22 years old going into his fourth year in the league. Brandon Beane has done a remarkable job in the front office with the Buffalo Bills.
By the way, Josh Allen not the MVP? I mean, Aaron Rodgers, I don't get it. I mean, Aaron Rodgers had a really good year, and they flopped in the playoffs. And I know they don't award the awards aren't based on the postseason, but the Packers were supposed to be a decent team, maybe even a good team again, and Aaron Rodgers had a good year.
It's nice that I'm hearing this, because every time I come on this show, I got to look at the other guy over here, Tariq. Oh, you think he's the MVP? He's not really the MVP. It's nice to have rational thinking minds here on the show.
I'm kind of worried because I sound like Bill Puckle from last week when he did the invitation again. And number two, I gave credit where credit was due for Josh Allen. At the beginning of the year, I didn't think he was a top 100 player. He turned out to be a top 5 player in the NFL. And I also said MVP is what? A popularity contest. That's how he won. Sorry, Josh Allen will be, listen, the guy next year in the top 5 running for MVP. He's also one of the top people want to draft, too, when it comes to their fantasy football leagues. I think he's got a shot at it next year. I didn't think he had this year, so he is Breakout Player of the Year.